So we've got our Thursday workout today, so I'm getting this out a little bit late, but I posted the workout from the app last night. I'm going to be doing that workout, but then I'm also going to mix it up a little bit. So for the videos, I go a little bit deeper since you can follow along with an instructor, and so I do end up adding more stuff in. So we're going to start with the warm-up today. It's just I like doing a good core warm-up. So go ahead and just hold a straight arm plank to get started. And what I want you to focus on here is shoulders over the hands, belly button in tight. Planks seem to bug my back a little bit, so I like to put the booty up. I'm still dealing with some lower back stuff with the postpartum issues from this one. So I lift my booty up a little bit higher so that I can really lean my shoulder over the hands. And that's a really good goal versus kind of sitting back this way. That way you can get more into that upper body. So belly button in real tight, rib cage down, and squeeze that booty. So ideally, your booty would be a little bit lower here. A lot of times I'll hold there for as long as I can. And then I'll raise the booty when I need to. So what I want you to do just to start, just get into those wrists a little bit. Let's go circles one way. And then you'll go about 10 of those or so. And then you'll go circles the other way. This one's challenging you right now. After you get 10 circles in each direction, I want you to stay here. If you can, you just rest when you need to. Go down into like a child's pose. Give yourself like 15 or so seconds, and then try to immediately go into the next exercise. So the next one, you're gonna go high knee, trying to bring it right to that elbow as high as you can. So you're gonna bring that elbow to that knee a little bit also by bending that elbow and bringing that knee up. You can touch the toe. It's a little bit tough to see, but if you see here, see how I'm tapping the toe. Ideally try to keep it lifted if you can. And you go about a minute here, or like 10 per side would be a good goal. And then you're gonna go down to the elbows. So from the elbows, same idea. You're gonna bring the knees to that elbow best you can. I find it's way harder from the elbows because again, you're lower, so you gotta really lift that leg up, and like to the side will help. Same idea there, about 10 per side. And anytime, take a little breather there. And so then we're gonna go, I like doing bent leg, and then there's also straight leg. And if it's getting to be too much to do all of this, you can decrease the reps to like 5 per side. So the other one I like to do is legs really straight. I flex that foot, lifting the heel only as high as my hip. So see, I'm not going beyond, which is gonna cause a little bit of arching in that back. So leg straight, and then the other, same thing. Ooh. Looking for about 10 per side here. And as you can see with crawling around with this one, ooh, it'll give you a lot of upper body, shoulder, and even working like the triceps there, that kind of strength. So I do a lot of this kind of stuff with her. I'll do what's called like a bear crawl, and I'll bear crawl around with her, just messing around. Oh, I'm sorry, come here. And I'll do backwards bear crawl. If you can see even here, I'm bringing her back towards me. So you find you gotta crawl around with the kids or the dog. It's an awesome workout, and I've noticed that's helped my core, especially rehabbing from the pregnancy. It's helped it a ton. Okay, so those goes into our planks. So then the other thing I like to do is some side planks. You definitely want to hit the side if you can. If it bugs the shoulder, then don't do it. A mistake that people will make on side planks is they let the elbow go really out far. Try to get the elbow right under your shoulder and then lift. And you might need to go like to the knee, and that's fine. Otherwise, lift that hip up as high as you can, keeping that shoulder over the elbow. A really good goal here is about 30 seconds per side. And if you have to like rest at 10 or 15 and do like 2 sets of 15 or 3 sets of 10 per side, that'd be a good goal. Just trying to hit both sides best you can. You want to grab her for a little bit for me? I'm assuming all of you at home are dealing with the same thing. Maybe not a baby, but little ones. Go to daddy. Go to daddy. There we go. And so then if you haven't got the other side yet, let's get that other side. So we're nice and even. Same thing, like I said, you can go knee if you need to. Really try to lift this hip up. Squeeze this shoulder blade down and back. You say nice and tight. So after about 30 seconds per side, the next exercise I'm gonna have you do is you're gonna twist. Now this top leg I like to put in front of the bottom so I have more stable so that I can really twist to almost like a full plank or like a flatter plank with my shoulders. And then here. And I do them nice and slow. These are tough, and again, like I said, if it bugs the shoulder, just don't do this one, or you could even do it from the knee and just work on that twisting. And I'd work to about 8 to 10 per side. And we always want to be even, so definitely make sure you get that other side. Really twist, keeping that belly button in the whole time. And like I say, squeeze that shoulder blade down and back. Keep this arm tight. The other option too is to incline yourself up against gravity on like a couch or something like that, and just to modify your weight against gravity. So that's the plank portion. I also like to get some lower back and upper back type stuff, and that's gonna always be your Superman holds. So on this one, you're gonna be laying on your tummy. I want you to put your hands on your head, squeeze your booty, and extend your quad. See how my knees lift up when I extend, and I haven't even lifted my feet yet? So that I don't bend the leg and lift. Really tight, and just lift a little bit up and down. See how I'm barely lifting? Especially for me with the postpartum, my extension ability is not great anymore, so I have to really be careful on this one, I find. If I'm careful and I do it correctly, then it's good for my back. Doing it incorrectly or going like far beyond where you can extend can be an issue. So just go about 10 to 20. I like 20. I also like to not touch my toes. I try to hover and then lift. If you can see, I'll move up a little bit. Hover, lift. Again, keep only lifting as high as you can without bending that leg. So really squeeze your quad. I like to point my toes versus flex, so then I'm able to have a little space there. And then the next exercise, keep feet down, arms straight. Start in a good T position. Lock out your elbow so your elbow doesn't bend. So you gotta feel that tricep squeezing and go as narrow as you can. And we're gonna lift and pulse. And see how I hover above the ground, then I lift. I hover, then I lift. Same thing here, about 20. Going as narrow as you can without bending the elbow. And then you actually ideally wanna keep that head down. Some people do this. The thing about the chin up is if I'm mimicking, if I were standing, I'd be looking like that. So we want to keep head up and chin in. So we keep that neck in line and keep that neck nice and safe. We go about 10 to 20 of these. Rest when you need to. If it's too tough to keep the arms straight, then just again go to that T position you can lift. And then what I like to do is just a full-on Superman hold for about a minute or so, going as narrow as I can, focusing on not lifting high, but reaching as high as I can. So I mimic that if someone was like pulling me this way and then pulling me that way against my feet, hold there about a minute. And then let's go over to the back so we get a little bit into that lower ab portion. So I always like to do hollow holds. So you're gonna be here, lifting up, really focus on pulling those abs in and tucking your hip under. So I'm pushing my lower back in the ground. So I always start people off here. See how my shoulder blades are up? If the shoulder blades are falling down, then that's the first focus. Getting shoulder blades up and being able to hold here for a minute or longer. Once you can do that, then you can raise those legs, looking for knees right over the hip versus like in towards your chest, and feet up above the knee versus low. Just try the difference real quick. Let your knees come in. Should notice you don't feel as hard in the abs, so we want to be a little bit away. As again, long as you can push your lower back into the ground. I shouldn't be able to get my hand in. And then go and lower your feet. Again, you might notice less burning in the abs, so we want to get those feet up. And again, just hold here. A minute to 2 minutes is a good goal. Once you get on a minute, once you work towards 90 seconds, 2 minutes. On plank holds, hollow holds, Superman holds, I always give clients a 2 minute or more goal. If it's less than that, then it's an indication of a weaker core. Now, if you're here and you're just, killing it for 2 minutes and the shoulder blades go back, then you can make this harder. Even me, I find this is just plenty, especially with my postpartum tummy, but you can go legs straight. So I don't lower them yet, just work on holding legs straight. Again, gonna be a lot harder. Pull those tummies in. You can lower as low as you feel like you're able without hurting your back and without those shoulder blades coming back. I don't even like demoing it incorrectly because then I find I'm gonna tweak up my back. What I'll do now to work towards lowering the legs all the way down and even lower to the feet. Even me, I'm not quite there yet. It's something I gotta work on, so I'll work on it with you guys. You could go one leg straight, bring it back in, and then the other. So I'll do this to really focus on again here and not it getting to my back. So then here I like to even just do a little active stretch, knees side to side. I was even thinking with requests we could do some meditating, breathing, yoga type stuff. I might post a video about that. I'm feeling stressed, right? And I know we all probably are. And a lot of times I'll just take 10 deep breaths. I'll try to just relax, and that fight helps a lot from like feeling like I'm having chest pain or something. So then the next, I like hollow rock. So if you're struggling about the hollow hold, then I would just stay there. And if you're gonna rock, like bring your knees in and then push them away. Keeping again in this rock position. Notice when I go back, I don't touch my shoulder blades. I go back a little bit, lifting my butt, and then I come up to where I almost touch my feet. And I don't have a mat under me right now, so I'm gonna skip those. If you're on carpet or a mat, then great. Otherwise, I might get to the back. And I notice, especially my postpartum back, I'm not as rounded as I used to be, so it feels a little bit weird. Last one, we're just gonna go legs up, feet flexed the best you can, so nice and flat. If you have to bend a little bit, that's fine, but still try to flex those feet. This is a really good goal. This is something you can just work on too. See how I'm in like a perfect L at 90 degree? If you struggle to do this, and your legs shaking or like bugs your back, this is something we want to work on. So you want to go up against like a wall and let your feet rest like away from you where you can. It indicates you have really tight hamstrings and like weaker lower abs, right, core to bring those legs in. So if you're able to hold this, okay, then we're gonna go all the way down, but our arms are gonna be up. We're gonna reach for the toe and then come back down. Reach and then back down. Reach and then back down. So go ahead and give me about 20 of those. And we'll get a couple with you. I wanna get a couple stretches in, and then that's gonna be our warm-up portion for today. I actually have something I gotta go do right now in the housewives, so I'm going to just post this as our warm-up video today, and I'll get back in it, get another video in with the upper body strength portion, and then that cardio finisher. If you're, like I said, are rearing to go, look at the post below this one. It's pictures of the workout. It has push-ups just for the strength portion, and then it has a finisher at the end. It's 10 reps of like 3 exercises. You can really choose any exercise you want, but you can do the ones that are in that workout, and you go rounds of those exercises. So check out those pictures. And then, like I said, I'm gonna post some more videos with the rest of this workout with a little bit of extra stuff from me. But what I do wanna do is get a good little squat stretch in. This one's real important. I'd say if you were to work on anything while you're at home, is work on that squat. Let's work on that technique and that mobility, working on pushing those knees out, arms against the knees, booty back up. So if you see me from the side, I'm just lowering the booty, getting my back as flat as I can, as soon as I can. So here I'm like a little rounded. I'm gonna push my chest through, and then I get that back flat, and I'm pushing those arms against the knees, so I feel an inner thigh stretch when I'm down here. My belly button's still in, and I squeeze. A lot of times people are here kind of, and I say it looks like Cleo going like number 2, right? So that pooping ugh look, we want to try not to have that, so push the chest through, back nice and flat. And just do about 5 to 10 of these. And then I like to work into the T-spine, which is your thoracic spine, reaching those arms up, and then go booty back up. And if you struggle with this stretch, I promise you it'll get better the more you do it, right? Practice makes perfect, and perfect practice makes perfect. So just keep working at it. Another good goal I'll give people is working to be able to hold this stretch and not lowering and being all lazy. Being at good depth where that hip crease is a little bit below the knee, and you're pushing the knees out and you're just holding here. A good goal will be 1 to 2 minutes. If you work towards that, I promise you'll help your squat. All right, I'm gonna cut this video off, and then I'll see you in the next couple videos. Enjoy your warm-up. You might even find that this is a little bit of a workout in itself, which is good, it's what you want. So this might be plenty for today. I gave you 15 minutes right there if you need a little quick one. Okay, Bye. See you